Dr. Ben Sefcik, Podiatrist, Grande Prairie, Alberta, Canada.
My name is Dr. Ben Sefcik. I'm a podiatrist out in Alberta with Harmony Foot and Ankle Clinic. We have locations in Grande Prairie, Whitecourt, Edmonton, Beaumont, and Airdrie. Been in practice since 2009 and been seeing lots of patients throughout the province since that time.
What was your primary objective in adding Theralase laser as a modality to your practice?
I'd seen it back in medical school and it worked really well with wounds that didn't get enough blood flow. But I don't see that many wounds. A lot of people go to a wound clinic for that. So I never really gave another thought until a colleague of mine told me to look into it more because he was having success with laser therapy. And so like anything, I like to know why I'm doing something, not just, oh yeah, it works and that's good enough for me. So I spent some time researching it out and felt that Theralase gave me the best choice for it. Gave me the best results. Gave me all the science that I needed that I could understand, compared to anybody else out there.
Do you or have you used any other laser systems?
Well, I'd used the one in medical school that used LED lights, the original anodyne system that was used in wound care. But I'd seen lots of different laser systems that had said that, oh no, they could do more than just getting onto the superficial surfaces, but it didn't really look any different than what the anodyne system was at the time.
Why did you choose to add the Theralase laser system over alternative laser systems?
I heard from a colleague saying he did really well with it, but to me it wasn't good enough. So after doing some more research, I really found that they actually addressed all the different wavelengths, all the different issues for depth of penetration into the skin. It could actually get deep into the tissues that I want to get to. It's one thing to just add heat to something, but if you're trying to get to an area with a lot of muscle and fat, it absorbs the heat and it doesn't get deeper than that. So ultrasound works really well for that, but again, ultrasound didn't seem to work anything more than what heat would do. So, and I'd already known that laser therapy did have some really good results at the very beginning, but I didn't know how well it could work for the deeper tissues, and Theralase seemed to have an answer for that.
What has been your experience with your Theralase laser system from a business perspective?
The best part of business is healing patients. So, patients come back, they do really well, they refer their friends. These are patients that have tried lots of different modalities because it seems like most of the patients that do really well are the chronic ones, the ones that are harder to heal. And when they're harder to heal, they get frustrated. And yeah, we see them more often. Yeah, financially it's good, but really it's all about the patients in my point of view. And if you take care of the patients, well, then everything else takes care of itself.
What has been your experience with your Theralase laser system from a clinical perspective?
The nice thing is, there's no pain with it. They don't feel anything other than sometimes they feel some tingling going on. They're almost unsure because it's really easy to use. And the hard part about it all is that it heals so quickly. It's almost, you have a patient that's there and they're healing up too fast. It almost doesn't seem like it should be, it's not right. And so, but that's a good thing. I find that if you get the patients healed faster, they're happier, but they're almost in unbelief sometimes because of it. Just like, what? Just a laser light did this? Well, the nice thing is you can explain it more than it just being a laser light. Theralase is a whole system that allows deeper penetration of blood flow and energy production so that the tissues can regenerate and heal.
Are there any specific patient success stories that you can share with us?
There's lots of success stories. But some of the ones that really point out to me is like one of the first ones that I saw was this older lady, 65-year-old lady who had a lot of circulation issues. And like anybody with circulation issues, they have a really hard time healing. And it was just some basic plantar fasciitis, but it was really hard to get her past the threshold of pain that she could actually walk pain-free. And the mechanics were sound, everything else was sound. Trying to get that part of her body to heal was becoming tough. And that's when I first got the Theralase system and thought, well, this would be a really good person to try this out on and really test it out. And after 20 treatments, she was healed. She did great and hasn't had any flare-up since then over the last 2 years. And another patient where, if I really want to test this one out, was just a month ago, was another patient of mine broke her heel when she was at her doctor's office, just stood up, broke it. They took x-rays right away. You could see the break right down the middle of the calcaneus. It wasn't displaced at all. It was actually quite stable, but she could not put any weight on it whatsoever. So we started with the Theralase at that point because she couldn't do anything. She couldn't even really go non-weight bearing. She couldn't even use crutches. She would roll around in a chair and put her other heel on the ground. It was that painful. But we saw her 3 days in a row, then every other day after that. And after 4 weeks, she was able to put weight on it and able to start walking on it. And usually for a fracture like that, right down the middle of the calcaneus, I mean, usually I'm looking at 8 weeks before we can really start putting some weight on it.
What is your feeling on working with Theralase?
Well, Theralase has been great. They've given me all the tools for patient education, for my own education, for any questions I have in treatment, anything that I've felt like I've been stuck on. They've been a great resource that way to figure out some changes in treatment protocols to make sure we're getting the best results.